Hello and welcome everyone to Ultimate ADOM Let's Play. I want to show you some of the latest builds that we've been creating. So you can enter the dungeon or create your custom character, and since I've got a plan to play for right now, we're going to create a custom character. So first of all, as always, you select your faction. We're going with Brennaban because I want this 0.1 plus arcane skills, and we're going for a male, a dwarf, because I want to do something slightly more martial than I usually do. We're going for Adventurer because I am going to make heavy use of the special skills. So you see that we have a lot of skill points available for free that we can use for any skill we want. This is a special ability of the Adventurer, and we want to go for Grafting. Grafting works very well with scavenging because we want to create and find more corpses that we can scavenge for body parts to graft to ourselves. Of course, being a dwarf, I want to go for axes. I like axes. And this is going to be the theme of the character as well. Picking a name, which is finally doable, we are going to join the dungeon as Burzak. So we have storylines right now which aren't implemented fully yet. But basically every single faction you pick will give you an individual storyline that doesn't do anything in the game yet, but will in the very near future. So this is Burzak. Burzak runs around and kills things with an axe, even though he's a known necromancer, a growing necromancer. So first of all, we're going to protect ourselves to survive the first couple of battles with a shield. That's going to be very helpful. We are also going to start our collection of axes, because that's going to be a thing. You know, dwarves like axes, and we can graft body parts to ourselves. So my goal here in this run is to get as many axes and wield as many axes simultaneously as humanly or inhumanly possible. This goblin was actually quite dexterous, and you know, I've only put one single point in axe accuracy, so it's taking a while to get there. The lower you go in Ultimate ADOM and the Caverns of Chaos, the more experience you will get. We are already pretty good. This is our first corpse, by the way. So we got an orc corpse. Orc corpses are excellent because orcs have the same body size as we do, and I need a right and a left arm for this. So that's the corpse done, and we have 2 arms. We also, because we already can graft things to ourselves, we can start by adding our very first arm. There we go. 3 arms are better than 2 arms, especially if you have a couple of axes. So now we're building 2 axes and a shield. Right now, this is, well, you know, exactly. Let's go for 3 axes. 3 axes are better than 2 axes. Once we change levels, this actually updates graphically wise. So this is not exactly, we're still in very, very early alpha, so expect a lot of bugs. But you see, you know, 3 axes are so much more fun and making killing things even faster. But 3 axes isn't good enough. So first of all, we need more bodies, obviously. So let's look for them. And already monsters don't stand a chance against our 3 axes of Dwarven Doom. We need more levels. We need to level up more to get more, to increase the grafting skill, which allows me to add more body parts. Right now, I can only add a single body part. We want more because we need more axes. Let's see how far we can get. Eventually, very soon, items will be generated procedurally as well. So right now we only have a very limited selection of items in the game, which makes them look very much the same. Oh, I kind of ran into a wall there. Which digging through walls is really easy right now because we also have no weapon degradation yet. Some special features that don't do anything yet, but look cool, at least not for me, because I am just an adventurer. As you can see that my mana regenerates very slowly. Oh, this is one of our new trap rooms. Excellent. So the monsters trigger the traps as well as the player do. So every time you trigger a trap, there's a chance that it's not that it triggers again and keeps resetting. I haven't invested anything into stealth skills, which also govern the later trap finding abilities. So I'm just hoping here I don't run into any more dangerous traps. You can see that I regenerate a lot of health. This is because I'm a dwarf. Dwarfs are naturally hardy. But as you can probably see, is my mana, the blue bar to the left, is increasing very, very slowly. If I had gone for a wizard, it would have increased much faster. So I need a lot of spell points for grafting things to myself, but I only need them very sparsely. I am hoping to find a place of power. Oh, there we go. Look at this. I am more powered now. And by the time I reach next level, this should be enough. So I need to find a place where I haven't been yet, or where I find more monsters. Food is lying around there. Oh, we have a mini-map. The mini-map can open at any time. You can close it by the X or the close button as you wish, and which helps you orient yourself much, much better. So I've run past this food and the gold a bit because it doesn't do anything yet in the game. And my goal for my dwarf is not to get as much gold as possible, but, just adding more body parts and wielding more axes. Axes are good. Unless you're a monster, obviously. The protection that a high-level grafting skill gives me, the extra protection, which I will go for very soon, also helps to increase my survivability. So where do I have to go? Where haven't I been yet? I'm looking for the way down. Now, down is more. There's more treasures, or in my case, more axes. As you can see, the monsters still drop everything they wield. So this one had a special shield, or at least a slightly more powerful shield than the usual ones. But who needs shields? We need axes, and this is what we get more arms for. Well, still looking for the exit. And this looks suspiciously like there is something in there. And since I have 3 axes and there's no web degradation, I deal a lot of damage to the walls by just, digging through them. After all, I'm a dwarf. I'm digging so fast that the damage numbers still open up later on. Occasionally a monster tries to backstab me, but, you don't backstab a dwarf with 3 axes. There seems to be nothing here, though. Maybe I need to change the direction. Nothing here yet. All right. Well, turns out there was a way down and I found it already. I just forgot to look at it at the point. Well, there you go. We cleared out the dungeon. We got some experience and some more access for our collection. So all's good. So let's see what sweet stuff we find in here. Oh, hello. Hello, Jokar. Well, this is the NPC that was mentioned at the quest at the very beginning. Apparently we're supposed to look for a powerful book for Brennable. Well, don't follow me around. I can deal with myself. I have axes. So let's look for this vault. If my faction is helped, or in later games, so we're going to have a meta game eventually available here in the game, which means that the more quests you fulfill for your faction, the more powerful that faction will become. So, which means that the NPCs aligned with that faction will be will become more powerful. Characters starting by this faction that has increased power will become more powerful. You can see a vast smattering of objects that are currently in the game, and another corpse and another axe that we can later use, hopefully. Yeah, take that wall. The green circles of power are increasing our health. And but the monsters die too fast. Ooh, there's a trapped room. You might remember them from ADOM, the tension rooms, which just explode outwards with a horde of monsters. And but hordes of monsters are good, because hordes of monsters means hordes of loot and hordes of corpses, and in our case, hordes of axes. Yes. No circuit doors here, so let's keep looking on. If you find this ward, this mysterious ward. Ah, yeah. Increasing my power is good, so I will soon have enough. I will soon have enough spell points to graft on my 4th arm. I'm not quite sure where this wall is supposed to be. Oh, this is not the wall. This is another trap room. So let's go for it. Moving into the middle of monsters, even for such a powerful dwarf as myself, was not the wisest choice, but thankfully they died too fast. And, I regenerate health very quickly. This red didn't like being passed, so before it sneaks up on me, let's get rid of it. Actually, I just realized that I did level up already. For the upcoming build that's going to be released next week, we are going to see much better notifications. So I'm improving my grafting, first of all, and the protection to help me survive better. This now allows me to have a lot more body parts. So let's have a look downstairs. And it turns out it's the maze of the Minotaur. This is excellent. So, because Minotaurs are very, very strong, so their body parts are supposed to be very, very strong as well. So that's going to be my goal for my dwarf. I want to, not only do I want to wield as many axes as possible, I want to be as powerful as possible. And having Minotaur's arm in there is going to be excellent. Now, quickly changing floors to get rid of the orcish arm and make it look cooler, also wielding 4 axes for now. So let's look for that Minotaur. The Minotaur's maze is tricky to navigate for normal beings. These walls don't stand a chance against the power of having 4 axes at once. So I'm going to take shortcuts. I'm still not quite sure where the Minotaur is hiding, but I am sure I will find it very, very quickly. And while I'm looking for it, let me tell you again about the meta faction system. So factions will spawn NPCs like Joe Carr that sent me on a quest to find a vault, which I wasn't. Well, I might have a look again after I find this Minotaur. So let's wait for this. But we're going to have NPCs, several different NPCs for all the different factions, which will react to you according to your alignment, to your behavior in the game, and to, of course, which factions you chose. So that's a lot of replayability and basically allowing you to do whatever you want. I can't get enough of running around with 4 axes, because I think this is pretty cool. I wonder where the next arm will fit. Well, let's hope the next arm is a Minotaur's arm, and we're going to find this out. So anyway, the more often you play for a certain faction, the more powerful that faction will become, the more powerful its NPCs will become. It will be quite possible to work exclusively for a single faction, like Gila's mercenaries, only then to change factions and loot the very powerful NPCs that will occupy the dungeon. Because there's nothing easier than getting an enchanted blade later on. Again, so right now these are not in game yet, and these will not be in game for a very long time, but it's something we have in mind for the end game. Oh, another axe. Wonderful. Actually, this turns out to be a battle axe, and a battle axe is much better than a simple hand axe. Well, by 2 points of damage, but hell, we'll take what we can get. As long as it's an axe. So let's see where the Minotaur might be hiding. Yeah, this is not so helpful. It could hide anywhere. The Minotaur is a very, very powerful opponent, but I am quite confident that it can be beaten. If I survive this battle, and if I level up from it, I am probably going to invest some points into Hydromancy, the art of casting spells, because Hydromancy also has a lot of passive boosts, and one of the best armor spells in the game, the Ice Armor, will be one of the best spells in the game to offer you additional protection for a couple of turns, which will be highly useful if you run into powerful enemies. No sign of the Minotaur yet. Oh, there we go. Okay, buddy, you're mine. Ha, take this. Yes, be confused. Ah, he missed me. Did you see that? And then he hit me. And then he hits me again. And then he hits me once again. All right. Well, this didn't go quite as planned, but I probably should have invested a bit more into ice magic and protective things. But at least it was a fun adventure, having 4 axes is better than 2. And being a dwarf, could have probably invested some more points into actually increasing my abilities with axes. And maybe I will do this next time. All right. I hope you enjoyed the look at Ultimate ADOM. We are currently in more or less closed alpha. You can find the link on the Discord, on the roguelike Discord server. And if you sign up at www.ultimate-adom.com to the newsletter, you stand a very good chance of being invited into the next round of the alpha. We will go to early access on Steam later this year and intend to release at the end of the year with a full game. We hope to see you around and hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a comment, leave a like, share the news that Ultimate ADOM is going to be amazingly cool. Thank you very much.